10 beautiful ladies were introduced last week as the new Miss Universe Belize 2024 delegates. Miss Universe Belize is set to be held at the Belize Civic Center on April 13th, and former Miss Universe Belize 2019, Destinee Arnold, leads the hymn as the pageant director. And she assures us it's a show you don't want to miss. Today, we have the honor of speaking with Destinee Arnold, the former Miss Universe Belize 2019 and a prominent figure in the world of pageantry. With a rich background in beauty competitions and a passion for empowering others, Destinee brings a unique perspective to the table as National Director of the Miss Universe Belize. As the co-founder of House of Crowns by Team Destination, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing resources and free training to elevate the standard of pageantry in Belize, Destinee is dedicated to nurturing the next generation of pageant talents. We now take this opportunity to go deeper into the business of pageantry. Welcome, Destinee. As always, it is a pleasure to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored.
So as the National Director, your role is very pivotal in shaping the direction of the Miss Universe Belize pageant. Can you kindly share with us what motivated you to acquire the franchise?
Well, I was a little intimidated by the commitment and responsibility that I knew that it required. And I just did not foresee it fitting into my current chapter of my life. But we just suddenly had a change of heart. And I speak for myself as well as the rest of the team, where 1 week we were saying no way. And then the next week we are knee deep in preparations of the application. And the motivation behind the change of heart was mainly just recognizing that we all had specific talents that can contribute to the elevation of pageantry within Belize, and it would just be outright selfish for us to not share that with the women of Belize and the pageant industry as a whole.
Thanks, Destinee, and I agree to everything that you just said. I for sure know the importance of having a great national director, someone that you can lean on and be there for you and guide you along the way. With that being said, how do you plan to utilize your experience and expertise to grow and develop Miss Universe Belize?
Well, I have a pretty unique background in that I was a queen under both past Miss Universe Belize directors. And with that, I was able to gain a lot of insight on the behind the scenes work that they had to complete. And I also observed the need for an actual team, because there is no such thing as a perfect national director. We all have our various talents and we all have our downfalls. And it's very pivotal within our industry to be able to lean on others who will be able to pick up where we falter. So I definitely made an effort to utilize my talents and not just put all the burden on myself, because it does take a village. So it's combining all of our great minds, our visionaries, our financiers, our organizers, so that as a whole, we have a strong foundation as an organization.
It is definitely a team effort, because at the end of the day, Miss Universe is a business and so is Miss Universe Belize. So I'm sure the viewers would like to know, what business strategies are you implementing to making sure that the pageant remains relevant?
Well, in regards to relevancy, I believe that in its own right, Miss Universe remains relevant, because it's ever changing. As you can tell, a lot of the previous requirements no longer exist, such as the age requirement, not being able to have a child or have been married. All those things are null and void now. And it's definitely a testament at times, and recognizing that the everyday woman is multifaceted and we can be in various stages of life. And that does not take away our womanhood and what we can bring to the table as a possible Miss Universe. So I believe that a lot of the relevancy maintains itself because of that factor. It's a constant assimilation. In addition, I think that there's always a void within our community that our girls are able to address through their specific advocacies. And as long as there is a need in the community, we have the delegates and the possible title holders to fill that void.
I definitely agree with you, Destinee. In regards to the planning of the pageant and the financial aspect of it, can you give us some insight on the financial management? And if you have any sponsors, are you currently self-funding this with your family and your team?
Yes, we both know that this industry is not cheap by any means. It takes a lot of financial backing, but if you are able to plan accordingly and correctly, you can turn this into a business. So initially, we are operating as a nonprofit, so we are not intending to gain profit as the actual Miss Universe Belize Foundation. However, we do have plans for specific branches that will tap into the business aspect of Belize pageantry. And there will be some upcoming announcements that outline that a little bit further and into further detail. I can't really disclose everything right now, but it's definitely a process of making sure that we're tapping into all of the revenue streams within the pageant industry and utilizing the businesses within Belize that already exist that basically share our target audience.
So every journey comes with its share of challenges. Can you give us some insight as far as what challenges that you've encountered as a national director so far and how you have been able to navigate them?
Personally, it's just the everyday challenges of being a woman. I am a mother, a fiance, a national director, and a career woman in the corporate world in California. So personally, my challenge is just juggling it all. And I am a perfectionist and I want to be the best in all of my roles. So it's just a challenge of me extending grace to myself and also holding myself accountable and making sure that I utilize the correct time management and prioritizing what should be prioritized.
So aligning the organization of the pageant with the economic profile of Belize, how do you see pageantry benefiting Belize as well as tourism?
The possibilities of how pageantry can benefit Belize are endless. There's an entire business revenue that's behind the scenes on that. You have your designers who are designing and making those costumes that cost money, and they are able to obtain profit from being a designer with the talent to be able to orchestrate that type of costume. And I know for a fact in Belize, we have creatives that are able to execute those same visions. So once we are able to really put Belize on the map, and you had a lot to do with helping us along the way as well, we can definitely begin to expand the industry of pageantry to not only compartmentalizing it to gaining a title, but also, as we have talked about before, branching off into the business, the different business levels that it can found. So our creatives creating costume, our tourism industry, people are going to basically recognize Belize for its natural beauty and want to visit just because they saw a snippet of it in the Miss Belize's intro on the international stage. So it's just little things that may not seem significant at the time, but it eventually turns into an entire economic flood stream of profit.
I definitely agree. I think that any representative or ambassador of our country should definitely be given a lot of support, not just financial support, but as well as celebrating. And everyone should be cheering for him because when you represent such a small nation and you achieve something magnificent, it really does help put us on the map and opens the doors for more opportunities for our country. But Destinee, unfortunately our time has come to an end, but we have one last question for you, and that is, what would be your advice to young ladies who would like to participate in Miss Universe Belize for the upcoming year?
I would say to just not let fear cripple you. A lot of times I speak with women who are interested in the pageant industry and they feel that they're not prepared enough or they're not in the correct frame of mind or chapter in their life. And yes, those are all challenges, but as a people, we should be willing to face those challenges head on and not allow it to block our blessings. So just go for it, take that leap of faith, and prepare yourself so that you feel more confident in your position.
Well, Destinee, thank you so much for joining us today. It has been an honor and a pleasure to speak to you again. And thank you for sharing your experience with us and the world. of pageantry. And to our viewers, please don't go away. When we return, we'll have some exciting conversations by some of the delegates to offer their views. So stay tuned.